doing? How you feeling? In today's video, we are going to talk about the importance of self-discovery. Excuse me. We are also going to talk about how Gretchen Rubin's 4 Tendencies Quiz can help you better understand yourself. We are also going to talk about how taking Gretchen Rubin's 4 Tendencies Quiz can help you to better understand yourself. Okay, so first let's talk about what the 4 tendencies are. The 4 tendencies is a personality framework created by Gretchen Rubin. Gretchen Rubin is a New York Times bestselling author. I also have listened to her podcast, Happier. It's an amazing podcast. I highly recommend it. I'll actually leave a link to her podcast and her YouTube channel in the description below if you're curious. Please let her know that Shakilia sent you, okay? Okay. According to Rubin, there are 4 types of people: upholders, questioners, obligers, and rebels. Each tendency describes how we respond to expectations, both inner and outer. So, outer expectations is basically requests that you're most likely to get from other people, whereas inner expectations are basically requests that you specifically make yourself to yourself. For example, an outer expectation would be someone asking you if you can meet this certain task by a deadline for them. Can you get this for me? That sort of thing. And whereas inner expectations is almost like you telling yourself, okay, today I'm going to eat healthy. You know, today I am not going to have any sugar at all. Like, that's an inner expectation. So let's break down these 4 different types of people. First, we have the upholders. So upholders are the kinds of people who will readily meet both inner and outer expectations. They have a very strong sense of self-discipline and self-motivation. So you don't really have to worry too much about an upholder. You can pretty much leave them on their own and they'll thrive. Questioners are the kinds of people that will question all expectations. They will only readily try to meet an expectation if it is rightfully justified in their eyes, which makes a lot of sense. Obligers are people who will readily meet outer expectations, but they have a very hard time meeting inner expectations. So it almost feels like they need to have an outer force to motivate them to do things, if that makes sense. They need external accountability in order to stay on track. So, you know, knowing that this person needs me to help them with something, I'm more than likely to follow through. Whereas if I was just doing it for myself, that, as an example, is a obliger. And finally, we have rebels. All right, so rebels are the kinds of people that will disregard any and all expectations. They run by their own beat. They are not tied down by rules and expectations of other people. They pretty much follow their own rules. They follow their gut more than anything. They follow their heart, what feels good to them and what they like to do. They pretty much act on their own terms. So that's definitely a rebel. If that's not the definition of a rebel, I don't know what is. So why is it important to know your tendency? I feel like there's a lot of good reasons for knowing this. Understanding your tendency can help you find both your strengths and your weaknesses. It can help you to make better decisions that align with your goals and values in life. It can also help you to communicate better with other people, you know, especially others that have a different tendency than you. You guys hear that thunder? It is raining like crazy. Hold on, let me show you guys, one sec. I'm not even going to play any music. Cut the music. It is coming down hard. You know, it's funny because I actually love rainy days, but I also hate them at the same time because I get so tired. Ooh! I mean, y'all better scold me and tell me to get the hell away from the window. What the hell was I thinking? Oh my God. Okay, now, let's go ahead and take the quiz. You can find the quiz on Gretchen Rubin's website. It only takes a few minutes to complete, and the results are instant. All right, guys, let's figure out what my tendency is. Let's figure it out. Let's do this. Yeah. All right, so here we are. We are currently on the Gretchen Rubin website, and we are going to take this quiz. So I just read through the instructions, and then it asks me a very interesting question. I guess this is the start of the quiz. It says to choose the answer that seems most generally true for you. Try not to search for exceptions to the rule or focus on one specific area of your life. So just be completely honest when you answer this. So it says, have you kept a New Year's resolution where you weren't accountable to anyone? A resolution like drinking more water or keeping a journal? I would say sure, I'm good at keeping resolutions, but I make them whenever the time feels right. I wouldn't wait for the new year. January 1 is an arbitrary date, and I just feel like whenever you try to make New Year resolutions, they always fade away by 4 months. At least for me personally, if you're able to actually keep up with your resolutions, you are a god. Okay, but yeah, this is definitely me. And I'm going to answer, I'm not going to showcase the whole quiz because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. I want you guys to take this quiz and see what questions get asked, and I just feel like it's going to spoil the experience for you. So I'm not going to show the whole quiz. I'm going to show you at least about the first 6 questions, okay? And then after that, I'm going to showcase the results. Alright, okay. Alright, cool. This next question says, which statement best describes your view about your commitments to yourself? This one, if someone else is holding me accountable for my commitments, I'll meet them. I feel like if I am helping someone and it's a commitment involving someone else, the chances of me personally following through with that commitment are definitely more likely. Let's see, at times we feel frustrated by ourselves. Are you most likely to feel frustrated because I would say I can take time for other people, but I can't take time for myself. I definitely feel that way sometimes. And then it's like, when you've formed a healthy habit in the past, what helped you stick to it? I would have to say it's the second one, doing a lot of research and customization about why and how I might keep that habit. For example, there's a video that I have on how I was able to help myself wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. That took a lot of research, a lot of trial and error, and a lot of testing things out to see what worked. And I really do feel like, yeah, I'm more aligned with the second one. I can't just do a habit. If people complain about your behavior, you'd be least surprised to hear them say this one. I've actually had people tell me this. You're good at taking the time when others ask you to do something, but you're not good at taking time for yourself. Have the 6th question, which is, which description suits you best? I would say put others first. That's definitely me. I'm just keeping it real here, guys. It's definitely me. So before I click on this, this is it. This is all I'm going to show you guys. If you want to see the rest, I highly recommend going forward and taking the quiz yourself. And then in the comment section below, tell me what your tendency is. I think this stuff is great and it's always so fascinating. I am such a personality junkie. So, you know, share with me in the comments below. But let's go ahead and move forward and go ahead and show you my results, okay? Alright. In 3, 2, 1. Alright guys, so check this out. My results is I am an obliger. So let's see what the report says here. It says, you can count on me, and I'm counting on you to count on me. Obligers meet outer expectations, but struggle to meet inner expectations. Of all the tendencies, obligers are the biggest group, and the ones whom people count on the most. They put a high value on meeting commitments to others, but may have trouble setting limits and meeting their commitments to themselves.
All right, and then he gives a good little link here where I can download the report. Let's see, using the 4 tendencies. In a nutshell, upholders want to know what should be done. Questioners want justifications. Obligers need accountability. Rebels want freedom to do something their own way. It's a really cool report here. So what does it mean to be an obliger? They're motivated by external accountability. They wake up and think, what must I do today? Obligers excel at meeting external demands and deadlines and go to great lengths to meet their responsibilities, so they make terrific colleagues, leaders, members, and friends. Others rely on them, but because obligers resist inner expectations, it can be difficult for them to meet their aims for themselves. In the absence of external accountability, to work on a PhD thesis, to attend networking events, to get their car serviced, oh my god. Obligers depend on external accountability with consequences such as deadlines, late fees, or the fear of letting other people down. In fact, obligers need external accountability even for activities that they want to do. If you want to read more, join a book group. When a person says, I give 110% to my patients, so of course it's impossible for me to exercise. Or because I'm so busy meeting other people's needs, I have no time for self-care. Or I'm always on the road managing 5 remote teams, so all I can do is eat fast food. That's an obliger. There is so much good stuff here, guys. That is nuts. And that just helped me learn just a little bit more about myself and what I personally would need to work on. The focus on myself for a bit and working towards how to better, work on meeting my inner expectations. Doing a bit of self-care, because I am a culprit, guys. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I am the worst when it comes to taking care of myself. Like, my husband gets on me all the time about it. He's like, listen, you're so busy taking care of everybody else, you often will neglect yourself, and that's not good. So this is great, and I learned a little bit about other people too, so I would highly recommend checking this out. This was fun. This was definitely fun, and I'm planning on most definitely saving this report and diving into it just a little bit more.
So, what is your tendency? Did you learn anything new about yourself? Remember, learning your tendency is only the first step to self-discovery. Take the time out to learn more about your personality and find out what makes you unique. It's a journey that can lead to greater self-awareness and personal growth. Go for it. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Please show your support by subscribing. Of course, if you want. I'm not going to be one of those to beg. But I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video, and stay tuned. I'll talk to you guys later.